All right, guys. It's Damoche again. My name is Lazar Damila Joseph. But you can call me DFS. Okay. Today is Sunday, and it's time for our what we calling my line now. Okay. This is spam. So it's time for our weekly technical market analysis. All right. So far this month, um, no profit yet. Sorry, no TP yet, no SL, no break even. The markets are still moving. So far this month, we already took five trades. I'm sorry, five trades on four pairs. Let me put it that way. We have pounds card running, pounds CHF running, pounds JBP active, and two trades on gold. Actually, this gold trade, I didn't share the entry, but I shared the setup. So those that have been following me would have taken it when they see the confirmation without me calling out the trade. Okay. So now what are we going to be looking at for the week? It's still the same pairs we've been looking at for the past 3 weeks, or let me say since the beginning of this month. So we have pounds CHF, pounds USD, pounds CAD, pounds AUD, pounds NZ, pounds JPY, and SAU. So these are the pairs we'll be looking at for the coming week. Okay. So today is July 12th. So starting from pounds CHF, let's start from the weekly time frame. As you all know, that's where we start our analysis. Actually, on this pound switch off, I have a trade running. Okay, so we're looking to take another position while that trade is still running. And I'm a swing trader, so I swing and target the weekly swings, high or swings low. Okay, so oh sorry, I think I didn't bring up something. So as you know, let me quickly bring this up. All right, let's go. So now pound CHF on the weekly time frame, as you all can see, we have pound CHF being lower high. It's supposed to give us a new lower low, but it couldn't sustain below. It came up and retest, which I said, if you watch my video, my last four videos, that was like 4 weeks ago, before the market actually even gave us a proper breakup. I said it, that what the formation I'm seeing on the weekly time frame is something we call inverse end and shoulder pattern. When we have the left shoulder, we have the head, we have the neckline, which is here, and we have the right shoulder. Then the next thing is we have a break above, probably to give us a clear inverse end and shoulder pattern. And once we have this is actually a reversal pattern, a trend reversal pattern. All right, for those that have been following me, we understand better. So why we saw this on a weekly time frame, I said it, that we will wait for a proper breakup, a proper break above this place. Then we look for a retest on daily time frame, and we enter on 4 hour to target this place. Now my projection is we might have this, then we have a retest of this neckline here, then before we have a push to the upside, probably to this point, or probably to break above. All right, but right now what we're going to be capitalizing on is this move from this neckline to this point before we look for a retest and trend continuation to the upside. All right, so pound CHF on a daily time frame, what do we have now? From the break of above, I have already took a trade from this point. That's why you see my LSL at my entry. All right, so now we have a push above, we break this daily zone and we trading above it, so we will be waiting for a retest before we take another entry to the final overall target. So how are we going to be capitalizing on this and taking this trade? Let's scroll down to 4 hour time frame. Now this 4 hour time frame, I already took a position here. I think I shared that in my this thing, and we're already giving us a lot of pips. I know some people will be panicking as we are having all this. Now one thing you should know is that when we have a strong push to the upside, we definitely have a retracement. So now that's why I'll be waiting here for the market to come back to this daily zone, which we already mark on daily time frame, for second entry to the final target. Now the market might come here and play around, or probably come to take us at break even. I don't care. So anyhow, whatever way the market is doing its own thing, we still react to what the market is doing. So I will be waiting for the market to come back to this daily zone, and we look for entry here. You all know our entry, be it double bottom on 4 hours, bullish engulfing, morning star candle confirmation. We all know that. So when we wait for this, we wait for our trigger and we take the second position to the upside. So I think this trade has been going on for how many weeks now? Let me check. I've been holding this trade for more than a week now. Let me say going to 2 weeks. Okay, I'm a swing trader, and I will hold it either TP or it come back to break even. So I'll be watching out for second position here for what a trend for trend continuation to the weekly resistance. Okay, so this coming week we might have a retracement back to this point before we move. If we have that, we're going to be taking another entry, and we might have a break above to continue to the upside. If that happens, we will have to wait for the market to retrace and take another short buy before we look for overall sell to the downside, based on what we discussed on weekly time frame. We said we expect a push to this point before the break, before a retest and move to the upside. All right, so these are what we're going to be looking for on the 4 hour time frame for our entry. So we wait on our ends and wait for the market to come back to our entry, our POI, then we take the buy. So that's all for pound CHF. All right, so let's move into the next pair, pounds USD. Now pounds USD on the weekly time frame, what we have now, pounds USD on the weekly time frame. If you also watch my other videos, you will see that we've been following this market for a couple of weeks now. When I said it's been ranging, and when we talking about a ranging market, we buy from the support and we sell from resistance. That's for a ranging market, and I said we are overall bullish. Reason being that as long as we are trading above the zone, we are bullish. All right, we are overall bullish. Now my projection is we might have a break above and continue to the upside. So before that, like 2 weeks 3 weeks ago, we have a candle confirmation here, which I said we will be having a buying pressure to the upside. That is, we will be buying from this point to this point because of this candle confirmation, which is what we call money star. All right, so now how do we capitalize on the buying pressure to the upside and follow the buy to the upside? Actually, I was expecting a selling pressure here back to this zone, then I'll be buying from here to the upside, but it didn't happen. So we have a break above, and we'll be having a retracement to this point before we buy to the upside. Now if you check last daily candle which closes yesterday, we are seeing something like what, this is a pin bar, a bearish pin bar on a daily time frame. So definitely we're going to be having a sell from this yellow, this daily resistance back to this support before we look for buy in this point to the upside. All right, so this pin bar signifies that there are sellers in the market. They are trying to sell the market back to this point, and if we have a drop to this point, that means we are going to be having what we call inverse head and shoulder on a daily time frame, right? We'll be having inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, this, and a break. Then we'll be waiting for what, the right shoulder. From the right shoulder, we'll be buying to the upside. All right, so these are my technical analysis on pounds USD. Now on a daily time frame, I'm going to be taking this entry. I think I have this bad boy here for a couple of weeks now, waiting for the market. This first touch here, I thought we were going to have that reversal here and that retracement to this point before we buy, but it didn't give us that opportunity. So, and I think this coming week we might be having that. All right, so we wait for a touch in this zone, wait for candlestick confirmation, then we buy to the upside. So that's my technical analysis for pounds USD for the week. Okay, so wait for my call once we get the confirmation. So back to card pounds card. I think we also have a trade running and we are waiting for a second entry, just like pounds USD, and sorry, just like pounds CHF. We don't have any trade running on pounds USD. So pounds card on the weekly time frame, we also have same analysis like the pound CHF. We have a break above this weekly resistance, and we expect the market to rally up to this point before we have a push, retrace, and push back to the upside impulsive move, right? So as we all know that we are heading to this next weekly resistance, we move down to daily time frame to look for entry to the upside. Actually, we got one entry here and it's actually have moved significantly to the upside, so we'll be waiting for a retracement. You know, the market doesn't move in a straight line, so we have to capitalize on that. We have push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion, push, or double top, drop, drop, drop. That's how the market move. The market move in a zigzag manner, right? So all we have to do is all those retracements, we capitalize on them and take entry from there. So we'll be waiting for a retracement back to this point, then we buy to the upside. All right, so how are we going to do that? Let's scroll down to 4-hour time frame. Now on a 4-hour time frame, as you can see, my first trade is still running and I have my capital protection here for the first trade, because as a swing trader you can't be holding trade for 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 week, 2 weeks, depending on how fast the market is moving, and eventually the market retrace back and come back to your SL. As we already move some significant pips to the upside in our direction, you move your SL to entry, at least a little bit above your entry, so you won't go away with nothing, at least in case the market decides to do its own thing. You know, this nobody's market. We are just capitalizing on what we're seeing on the market. All right, so reacting to what the market is showing us, let me put it that way. So I expect the price to drop to this point, then we'll buy from there. Okay, so we wait for what, our candlestick confirmation for more buys to the upside. All right, so pounds um AUD is next. Now pounds AUD on a weekly time frame. Now what do we have here? Now we have a break. We've been ranging in between here, but before now we have something we call double bottom here. So we expect a break above it is and continue to the upside, but we've not gotten that, right? We are still trading below this resistance, so we'll still be watching for the market reaction to see if we are going to definitely break above and continue to the upside. But for now, what I'm going to do, let's scroll down to daily time frame to see what is going to be happening. Now on a daily time frame, you can see we just have a daily breakable, so we should have a retracement and a new push. Now this is where the trick is coming in. Now we will be waiting for a retracement here. We buy to this point, right? Now from this point is when we're going to know if we're going to have a new break, a new higher high to the upside, or the market will react from here and start heading down to the downside. All right, so whatever the situation is, we are still going to have a short buy from here to this resistance level. From there we will be looking to sell, but I'm not actually interested in that sell because the market overall should be to the upside. So I'm favoring, let me say, 70% to the upside. So we will be waiting for a retracement here to break above. All right, so if it doesn't break above, then we will take profits here and we'll start waiting for the market to give us a sell bias after we've gotten a clear confirmation that the market is not heading to the upside anymore. So how are we going to take the buy to the short buy to the upside? We wait, just like we are still waiting on other pairs. We wait and we check the buys when we see our candlestick confirmation. Now these already although we've been anticipating a buy from this point, that was a week or 2 weeks ago, but the market refused to tag us along. We are waiting when we have this break, but we are waiting for a retest to buy to the upside, but the market just moved without tagging us along and straight to TP. All right, so these are technical analysis for pounds AUD. All right, okay, so the next on our pair is pounds NZD. Now pounds NZD on a weekly time frame. Now pounds NZD on a weekly time frame, we have a break above this resistance, but this is not a clear break. All right, so on a weekly time frame, this is looking like an evening star, and when we have an evening star, it's going to push the market to the downside. All right, and we are having it on a weekly time frame, but actually we are still kind of a little bit trading above a weekly resistance. That is, let me just say, potential weekly resistance, because it broke above, but we don't have a clear break. So what are we going to be waiting for is let's scroll down to daily time frame for more information. Now on a daily time frame, we will wait for reaction in this zone. All right, if we see a confirmation that we are heading to the upside, then we're going to be taking the trade with our full shares. But if we don't and we have a close below, then we change, our bias is going to change and we'll start looking for sell. Am I making sense? So that's what we're going to be. So on pound cents ND, we're going to be waiting on S and see how the market is going to react in that zone to know where the market is heading. All right, so on a 4-hour time frame, actually I still have a buy bias, but I thought last week we're going to be, when we have this pin bar, so I thought we're going to have I'm waiting for a bullish candle to confirm the this, but the candle that was closing and closing, they were all bearish candles, so I have to wait on my ends. So now once the market open and we are having a bullish candle, then we start taking a buy from here. But if we don't have that and the market decide to break below, we start looking for sell. So our bias is going to change. All right. So that's all for pounds NZD. Now let's go to pounds JPY. Now pounds JPY on a weekly time frame. Now we have this. We have a break above a weekly zone, a weekly resistance that just got broken. So we expect the market to retest and we start buying to the upside, right? To the next level. As we broke here, we expect the market to move to the upside. Now on a daily time frame, what do we have? We just got a daily zone broken and retesting. So on a 4-hour time frame, what are we going to be waiting for is reaction in this zone. So once the market open, we wait for market reaction to see if we're going to be taking the entry or not. So we wait for what market reaction. I think I have a trade running on this which I took from here, but now the market is back to our zone, to my entry. All right, so we still be looking for market reaction to see if we're going to take another entry from here. All right, because we are bullish on pounds JPY. Okay, so that's for pounds JPY. We'll be waiting for the market to react in this zone. That's if it doesn't take me out. But if I still see entry to take to the upside, I'll still take it. Why I have a trade open. So we just wait for the market reaction in this zone. Now let's move to gold. All right, SAU USD. Now a lot of people have been selling gold, but actually I'm buying gold. So why am I buying gold? This is why I'm buying gold. Now we know gold has been in a downtrend, right? It's been trending. We just have a change in trend, so we expect a retracement to the neckline before we have another drop to the downside. Now on a weekly time frame, we are going to have a short buy to the upside before we drop to the downside. So I am trying to capitalize on that short buy to the neckline, which is here. I'm trying to capitalize on this neckline here, the buy to this point before we sell. All right, so how do I do that? Now 2 weeks ago we have on a daily time frame, 2 weeks ago we have this. When we have a daily resistance, we have a daily support which got broken to the downside, and I was watching. We have this a drop, we have push. Instead of us to have a new lower low, we have equal highs, right? Equal lows, sorry. So I took an entry around here, targeting the overall target, which is here, right? So and we have a break above this resistance that is now becoming support. All right, now we retested. That was last week, and I saw the way the candle was behaving, and I took another buying position. That's having two positions on a good. Although the first position is at break even already. I already broke even on that trade. Move my SL to entry while I took a second position, and then checking the last candle, checking the last daily candle, the last daily candle. Firstly, we have a pin bar. We have another candle closing as engulfing candle. So checking this, we have a bullish engulfing candle on a daily time frame. So this is an indication that the market is pushing to the upside, right? So how did I capitalize on that? I didn't share this trade. But I shared it setup. So on a 4-hour time frame, what are we saying? The first trade, the first position is active, which my SL is around here. So the second position, immediately I saw this pin bar, this black pin bar here, I knew the market is about to move to the other. Although I saw a lot of people selling, but this is my bias. So I took the trade here. The market push and it retested, and the last 4 hour candle that closes is still another confirmation for me. We have this now. This is looking like a morning star candle, which with that confirmation we should be having, this is a buying confirmation, we should be having a push to the upside when the market opens. All right, no, the market can also still do its own thing, but based on my technical analysis, we are having something like this. All right, so we should be pushing to the upside. All right, so my go trade, one position break even, and one position risk free, and the other position still risk, not risk free. So we'll be waiting for the market to open, and let's see what the market got for us. So that's my this thing on good. Now, how are we going to take another entry? Actually, if you didn't take the first and second entry, just let it be. We don't chase trade, just let it be. All right, let it be. So we'll wait for next. The only time I will be looking to take another buying good is when we have a break above here, if the market permits. So that's my technical analysis on gold. Okay, so I'm wishing you guys a profitable week ahead. All right, you guys should take care of yourself. Peace.